look at last year's season finale as a cautionary tale? Do you share that with the team about it was at Washington, all that stuff? Do you bring that up at all?
Definitely, it'll be part of our cut-ups. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. And especially with the weather that we may be getting. So yeah, we'll talk about all those things.
Yeah, here we go.
Says on the beat, boy.
Cause he wanna light, headlights, I've been with midnight through the city. I've been going through some things, tryna get my mind right. Push the bucket to the lip, push that bitch into the fence. Gotta get the full control, gotta get my mind right. Headlights, I've been with midnight through the city. I've been going through some things, tryna get my mind right. Push the bucket to the lip, push that bitch into the fence. Gotta get the full control, gotta get my mind right. Yeah.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Trying to tough it out for y'all, bro. Cause look, my New Year's resolution has been to give like what I have. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be 110%, but I'll give you 100% of what I have. So if I'm 60% today, that means you're gonna get 100% of my 60%. And that's with whatever goals that I put in place, right? Um, you know, I've always heard slogans like "get better 1% every day," right? And that, I guess, that goes with this flu that I'm going through. And you know, I really wanted to talk the landscape of where the Cowboys are today. So, as we know, the Cowboys won on Saturday night. They beat the Detroit Lions 20-19 in a nail biter, in a battle tested type game, in a playoff type atmosphere, in a playoff type game. Things like that happen. And the Cowboys were victorious in a controversial ending, which in my opinion, um, I think it said more about the officiating being terrible in that last 2 minutes than it said anything else. I didn't have a problem with the officiating outside of the last 2 minutes, but I think that Dallas was able to hold on to it, and they might eventually see Detroit again. And on top of that, Philadelphia opened the door for us yesterday by choking against the Cardinals. As you know, I did my video being sick, but we ain't gonna talk about the choking ass Eagles right now. We gonna talk about what Dallas has to do moving forward. There are a few things that I'm confident in, and there are a few things that I'm not confident in. I'm confident in my quarterback. Jay Tuck did a video. Shout out to my guy Jay Tuck. He gave me the inspiration to really, try and tough this thing out. I agree with Jay Tuck, and I agree with everybody else. I'm confident in my quarterback right now. He's playing the best football of his career, as far as our IQ. He's bailing out our play caller. He's bailing out the defense. He's shouldering the entire workload of the team right now as the leader, and he is accountable. He's on another level right now. So I have full trust in him, full trust in CeeDee Lamb, full trust in, and I'm seeing Brandon Cooks come along. Um, yeah, I'm confident in those guys. You know, I'm confident that Dan Quinn will get better. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn has had some questionable moments, but I remember last year around this time, Dan Quinn, we were saying a lot of the same things. We had question marks about the corner two position, and then I know the playoffs hit, and the defense was moving at a different level. I thought the defense the last 2 weeks, outside of end of game drives, had played pretty solid games. I'm confident Dan Quinn will have game plans down the stretch in the playoffs that will put us in good situations. I'm confident in home field. Whether we want to believe it or not, there's a different type of energy. I talked on it with the space yesterday with your guy Nix. Shout out to Nix and Pick Six over there. Uh, there's a different type of energy. I was able to see it with my own eyes. You can hear it on the TV. And I think that the fan base is now in on the games, and that helps big time in that big classy stadium. It does. Yeah, I gotta drink this tea so I can get through this damn video. Things I'm not confident in. I'm not confident in Mike McCarthy being decisive. Right now, Mike McCarthy looks like he is trying not to mess up. He's trying to keep things in place so, he's not trying to go out and win it. He's trying to not mess up. And I need Mike to get out of that mode. He needs to know when to take shots and he needs to know when to be conservative. I just don't think he's found the right mixture as of late as far as being able to synergize and put it all together. I'm not real confident in him being decisive right now because he hasn't shown me that. And as you guys know in the last couple of videos I've talked about, uh, I'm not going to lie to you about something I haven't seen. Mike hasn't really shown us all season that he's really been decisive. Not confident in our special teams right now. We're giving up a lot of hitting yards. Uh, we are giving up a lot of yards in punt returns. It doesn't seem like it, but we are giving up some field position in the punt returns. And we're not getting anything in the punt return game. In fact, we're getting penalties. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident in our kicker. He's been doing a solid job. NFL record and touchback. Shout out to Aubrey, and he's also kicking field goals very, very well. But special teams is there a whole bunch of different units. So special teams needs to step it up. We're not playing at the high level that I know we can. We getting. It almost seems like every other week it's a fake punt or something. You know what I'm saying? Like the focus isn't there. So I can't be confident in that. I'm not confident in our linebacker depth. I'm not confident in that. But we have done a better job the last 2 weeks in stopping the run. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that this team, when they put their mind to it, they can be better at stopping the run. But if they had to deal with what I got to deal with right now, as far as this flu and being under the weather, I see why they were terrible against Buffalo. Because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so shout out to those guys. I also want to give a shout out to Tyron Smith because I did a video last week where I pretty much called him out for being able to depend on him. And then I asked him to play in that game for Jimmy. And he came out and he played. Did he have his best game of the year? No. He gave up his first sack of the season. But the fact that he was there, it let me know how serious that game was for this team, how urgent they were. And shout out to him for playing in that game. Like I said, I'm going to call a spade a spade. And if I feel like I'm wrong about something, I will let you know. There's still a lot to be said. There's still a playoff run to be had before I completely go back on what I said. But I do appreciate him, and it was a step in the right direction. I believe him playing the other night. It definitely was a step in the right direction. We just got to get Big Hank back. We got to get Big Hank back. I don't expect him to play this week. But when Big Hank comes back, I think the defense, that's where you'll see the defense go back to the solid defense that we were. A more solid defense. Because we still have to prove that we're good against good quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really good quarterbacks. Quarterbacks that are on Dak's level. We still have to prove that we're there. And we're gonna go through that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through it. But I think the biggest question is, Tuck brought it up and it's been circling around. I absolutely want home field. Not for the same reason that everybody else wants it. I agree with Tuck on the matchups, and I could go either way. I just prefer home field slightly. I lean more towards the way because of health. I would like our guys to heal up at home, get that extra day, not having to travel, and being able to hone in on those injuries and make sure that everybody's healthy and confident. Also, we're a lot more confident in our emotions and stuff at home. Our offense is better with emotions. So I would like us to play a little bit more confident. Doesn't matter who the matchup is. I think that a confident Cowboys football team I feel good about a confident Cowboys football team. On the road, there is a mental block, and part of me wants to see this team overcome it. But at the same time, we're a little banged up right now. It's more so about having full strength. That's what it's about for me. It's not about ducking nobody. Because, like I said, at home, we're probably going to get a tougher matchup than if we're at 5. But I would rather our team be at full strength. That's where I'm at, guys. But let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm excited about next week. The Cowboys, they come home. They come here. I'm actually not going to go to the game. I'm going to focus on healing up because, yeah, this is a monster that I'm dealing with right now. I think it's going to take a full week to really, really recover. Uh, this is about day 5 for me, and I feel a little better, good enough to do a video. But, yeah, got to take care of business while we're here. The Cowboys have to come to the DMV and get that dub. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. I'm out. Peace.